There may be other worlds out there.
Universes, budding off other universes.
Places where there could be an exact copy of our solar system, our Earth, and each one of us.
Where everything's pretty much the same, or maybe only just slightly different.
But where are these other universes? Why can't we see them?
Because we're in different dimensions.
Can this be true?
If there are extra dimensions of a certain size and shape, this experiment will find them.
The question isn't whether they exist, but whether there's 1, 2, 3, or 4 different kinds of them.
Sensationally, this means the universe sits in a sea of parallel universes. Imagine another world. An entire other universe with a solar system and a planet exactly like ours. On this parallel Earth, there would be an exact copy of you. You could be leading exactly the same life, but in another universe. Now imagine an entirely separate universe where you could be living a slightly different life at the same time as you live this life. It may seem fantastic, incredible, and even impossible, but there could be many other universes out there. And now some of the world's leading physicists believe that they have evidence to prove it.
We are experiencing an existential shock. Our worldview has been shattered with the realization that, yes, there could be parallel universes.
I mean, it's just a mind-boggling idea that there may be essentially exact replicas of us out there in the vastness of space.
The idea of a parallel universe is part of our popular culture. People all around us think of it every day, but usually in terms of fiction. One of the really exciting things is that scientists today are trying to see whether parallel universes are a physical reality.
Amazing new discoveries about the true size of the universe seem to indicate that all that we see is not all that there is.
We humans have assumed, like ostriches with our heads in the sand, that just because we can't see something, it ain't there. When my grandma was a little girl, for instance, they still didn't know that there were other galaxies. Now we know that there are billions and billions of other galaxies out there.
Remarkably, there may be 4 kinds of parallel universe. One type could exist in exactly the same space that we are in, but it is so far away that we cannot see it or reach it. In another scenario, multiple other universes could exist in giant cosmic soap bubbles, adrift in a cosmic sea of giant bubbles.
Revolutionary developments have changed the entire landscape. Data from outer space have given us a new look at cosmology, and satellite data indicates there could be parallel universes.
In yet another scenario, many parallel universes occupy the same space and time as our universe. But because they are in different dimensions, they are invisible. In yet another, all the laws of physics are different, so everything looks completely different.
New theories called string theories are giving us worlds of higher dimensions. Quantum physics at the microscopic scale is also revealing to us the fact there could be parallel universes.
To keep things simple, physicists have divided parallel universes into different levels. This is the level 1 parallel universe. According to physicists, the level 1 parallel universe is just an extension of our own universe.
Now, that's the kind of universe which is really sort of part of our space, of our giant space, but it's so far away that we can't see it.
The level 1 parallel universe is based on the idea that the universe is infinite in size. If true, just because of the mathematical probability, there must be, in endless space, an exact copy of the solar system, the Earth, and all the people on it. If one was to plan a trip, the closest level 1 parallel universe is actually incredibly far away.
Crudely speaking, you have to go a Googleplex yards, where a Google is one with 100 zeros after it, and a Googleplex is one with a Google zeros. So it's an awfully long way, farther than we can see.
Those universes are so far away that light hasn't reached us.
But is our universe really infinite? A new theory called cosmic inflation suggests that it is.
We think that it was born in a very, very small state, and then there was a kind of a weird energy that pushed it apart by a tremendous amount. It just went whoosh.
Inflation accounts for how our universe suddenly and massively grew after its inception.
The best theory we have right now for what made space so big, the theory of inflation, says, in fact, that space isn't just big or huge, that it's really infinite. It goes on forever, which means that there aren't just 1, 2, 3, but infinitely many other regions of space, just as big as our universe. Even the universe that we know is mind-blowingly big. When we fly around in intergalactic space like this, every little blob you see here can contain a galaxy, which in turn might contain hundreds of billions of stars with solar systems around them and so on.
So there's just this enormous number of other spaces out there that we can't see.
And there is more.
We actually think that there's a gigantic number, perhaps even an infinite number, of level 1 universes.
This radical idea is leading to a completely new definition of the cosmos.
We used to say universe, uni meaning one, a one-world theory. Everything there is, everything we can see is the universe. But now we have a multiverse idea, where there are unseen worlds, worlds that we cannot see, worlds that we cannot touch.
If this wild theory is correct, the consequences are sensational.
Within this infinite universe, you might have other copies of the solar system, of planet Earth.
And this is the real shocker.
Then there's a copy of me and you and everyone else out there somewhere.
And that's not all. There are an infinite number of other universes and other Earths and infinite copies of each one of us. If true, then for each life, every possible outcome has to occur. In some universes, in what a number of people now call the multiverse, an individual leads exactly the same life, but in others, things can be slightly different.
You didn't get that parking ticket that irked you so much. Or you unfortunately never met your wife.
Anything that is physically possible does actually occur in some other parallel universe.
It means that in one universe, Elvis Presley is still alive.
In a different level 1 universe, George W. Bush is baseball commissioner.
Or perhaps we don't exist at all in some of these universes. The implications are staggering.
And if the universe is infinite and there really are all these level 1 universes in the infinite multiverse, all those other possibilities did somewhere happen.
Mathematically, there are a couple of ways that show the universe to be truly infinite. But essentially, it must be shown to be flat.
The universe seems to be perfectly flat, which means either the universe is flat or it's curved so slightly that we can't see it.
If curved, then the universe would eventually curve back in on itself and form a hypersphere. This would mean that it is finite in size and volume, and not flat and infinite. Another way to look at this is that the universe may have inflated so quickly and so enormously that it only looks flat.
Think of a bug walking on a gigantic balloon. The larger the balloon, the flatter things get. The bug walks in any direction, and the bug says, well, the universe seems perfectly flat to me. But from a distance, we see that the bug is walking on a gigantic balloon.
But now, an amazing new tool, the Wilkinson Microwave Anisotropy Probe, or WMAP, is changing everything. Some say the remarkable images reveal the true shape of the universe.
What we have here are baby pictures of the universe, what it looked like when it was only 400,000 years old. We're looking so far back in time that the galaxies hadn't even formed yet. We just had this dead, diffuse gas, which gradually over time clumped into galaxies, stars, planets.
The WMAP is catching the very earliest signs of creation. Officially, its job is to measure the radiation left over from the Big Bang.